everybody, and welcome to today's video. Today's video has been really requested by loads and loads of my clients, and I kept promising that I would do a photographic makeup tutorial. This is a really simple, really easy one. This has taken me about 20 minutes to do, but obviously I've been chatting as well while I'm doing it. This is a sort of a basic photography look that is centered around the base and making sure your skin looks really great, and also concentrating on a little bit of highlighter and how to help you look sort of younger and fresher. So let's get into the video. The main thing to do when you're doing photographic makeup is you have to do a really good base. Now for my base, I've done my skincare already, and I have sprayed my skin with the NuSkins, this is the NuSkins Moisture Mist. Now this has got hyaluronic acid in it, so I've sprayed my skin with that. I've obviously done my moisturiser, I've done everything else. Next thing I will use is I use my By Terry CC, the Cellular Rose Serum. I love this. This will give you such a really nice kind of glowy skin, so that basically instantly you've got a really nice base. There's some dewiness to it, which is really lovely. What I then will use, I use a By Terry hyaluronic acid primer. This is not sponsored by Terry in any means. I just absolutely love the brand. I think it is fantastic. So I will then go in with some of the cream, just put it in the back of my hand, and I blob it all over, and then I will rub it in. And this is going to really hydrate my skin, and it's going to keep my skin looking really nice and plumped all day, and it will make the foundation, or whatever foundation you choose, basically will stick to it really well. So that is that. What I do next is I tend to go in with my foundation next. So I'll go in with my foundation. I don't do my concealer first, because a lot of the time it can be too heavy, and especially when you're a bit older. So go in with your foundation, and you might be sort of surprised what that covers. So I tend to either use the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric or the Luminous Silk, or I will use the Max Factor Lasting Performance. Now Max Factor Lasting Performance is amazing. Now whenever I basically buy a really high-end foundation, I tend to find myself kind of going back to this. So what I do is I basically dot it about on my face like so. And again, I do this when I am doing makeup for clients. And then what I tend to do is either use a damp sponge, or I go in with my fingers. Now, a lot of makeup artists use the fingers. They are the best tools. So this is the first stage, and I rub it in like it was a moisturiser. So thoroughly rub it in. Tiny bit across the eyelids, and then I tend to sort of just like pat my skin and pat around the eyes. There we go. Now what I do next, if I need any more on my face, I will get my Moisture Mist, and I will spray my blending sponge, and I will basically go in with a little tiny bit more, pop a bit on the back of my hand, and then I will dab the damp sprayed with hyaluronic acid sponge, and then I will basically dab it onto my skin. Now when you are having your picture taken or anything like that, your base is the most important thing to get right. When you get your base right, your skin will just look stunning and beautiful. So spend a lot of time blending and getting your base right. And if you've got any like little age spots, I've got a couple here that are coming through. I do try to wear factor 100 on my skin when I go out, but also I sit and do nails all day, and I have a light across my desk that is a daylight bulb, so I tend to pay attention to my under eyes, because even when I'm sitting indoors and I'm working, I tend to get lines underneath my eyes, plus the fact as well I squint quite a lot because I'm a photographer. So that is my foundation done. If I want to have any more sort of coverage, I will then go in with my concealer. I either like the NARS Creamy Radiance Concealer, or I like, this is the Maybelline eye eraser, and you can see I've used this a lot because it's nearly all gone. So I will basically go in with this little roller ball. I tend to find this one a little bit better than the Creamy Radiance Concealer, because the Creamy Radiance Concealer is a bit thick, and it can kind of make you look a bit older. Just be very careful with that one. And then again, just dabbing. 6 minutes in, and I have still on my base. Now, any of you guys who are watching this think, oh my goodness me, this is really boring, really dull. This is a real time doing my makeup, because I've had so many people ask me to film this, and I wanted to show you the important bits thoroughly. So once I've done that, I then go in with the most amazing, oh god, again, it's by Terry. It's again, I'm not sponsored by Terry. It's their hyaluronic finishing powder. It's just amazing. I get a big fluffy brush. I will go in and pick up the powder, tap a little bit of the excess off, and then I will just pop it on my face. Now this it's got hyaluronic acid in it, so this will basically set my foundation, but also what it does, it adds moisture and it helps maintain the moisture levels in my skin. And obviously when you're a little bit older, it's very important to have hydrated looking skin. So that is that. And the next stage, what I do is I use a cream blusher. Now this one is from Daniel Sandler. I love Daniel Sandler because I've said this before. He's an advocate for the more mature and older women. Now cream blusher is much better than powder blusher when you are older. And I just put this on the bony part of my cheek, like so. And this really kind of instantly gives you that really beautiful, dewy, glowy, healthy, radiant skin. So I'm literally just patting it onto the bony bit. I try not to go too low. I do actually have quite red cheeks naturally, but I do try to keep it sort of higher up. So that is my blusher, and I always put a little tiny bit under the arch just to look fresh. So that is that. Then what I will do, if I'm feeling I need some bronzer, I'm really enjoying, I love the Hourglass. This is their Luminous Bronze Light. And what I will do, just gently swirl and then pop it on my cheeks. Literally just blending into my hairline. Now rather than contouring my nose, I have found just popping a tiny bit of the bronzer on the end kind of gives it a contoured look, which I think is quite pretty. And again, I'll just go around and then do like a 3, go underneath here a little tiny bit. Again, this has got a really nice sort of like luminosity and shimmer to it. The next thing I will do is I will basically get my, this is my Illamasqua Beyond powder. This is amazing. Now again, this is a powder highlighter, but it is so finely milled, it's just incredible. And then I will literally use a fan brush and then go on the highest points of my cheeks, like so. And I do this for my clients as well. Just dab it where the highest bit, so that like the light catches. Now this in photography will look amazing. On the top of my lip. I think that's enough. That's so pretty. You can really see it's kind of like really popped. So I love that. Next up is my brows, and I'm going to do a whole brow video, so I'm going to fast forward this in a minute. I literally am just getting the shape in. As you know, I do HD brows, so the shape is there, I'm just filling it in and enhancing the areas that need to be enhanced. So what I do next is I will do a spritz over my face, and I've just got this 8-hour hydrating spray. You can use anything like the NuSkin, but I like this one because it comes out really fine. And this again, this is going to set all my makeup. I like to layer, so basically I spray and then I layer, I put on some makeup, and then I spray and I layer. This is all basically part of setting your makeup, so it actually lasts a long time. So next up, I'm going to do a really, really simple eye today because this is mainly about the base. And again, I'm going to use this by Terry crayon. This is from their new collection. I'm just going to rub this oil over my eye, making sure that it's all up into the crease. And then underneath. Now, what I do next is basically to define my eyes, and I just go in with the Scandalise, this is just the waterproof Scandalise kohl liner, and what I'm going to do is basically going to do rim, the waterline, and up above the top eyelid as well. Now what I find this best to do is actually hold on and then literally lift up your eye like that. It can take a bit of practice to get this right. Doesn't matter if you've actually made a few mistakes, because I'm actually now going to just blend it out really. Makeup is all about blending, so if you make any little tiny mistakes, don't worry. So just keep blending and blending. So I've basically done that for my eyes. I'm going to go in with a little tiny bit of a nice, this is just one of the Natural Collections little tiny eyeshadows. I'm just going to do like a little tiny bit of a blue coating over my lid, and I'm pressing and patting, because I think when you have your picture taken, it's quite nice to have kind of a brighter, lighter eye. Now it's really important as we get older, basically use kind of like matte, not shiny. Tiny little bit of shimmer is okay, but matte is much nicer. Okay, so I'm now looking at my skin and I'm just thinking, yeah, it's really dewy, it's really lovely, it looks really nice, but I'm gonna put a little tiny bit more blusher on, because when you do photographic makeup, it's really important to kind of keep assessing and keep on sort of like a little bit of a layer, but like build up very, very tiny layers. Don't go in with too much. That's a bit better. And obviously photographic makeup has to be a little bit stronger. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to define underneath my eyebrow, and I use I do use a Benefit highbrow. But what I do is I put it on the end of a brush, so I don't make any mistakes. And I will go underneath, and I just go underneath the arch of the brow, and then literally blend out with my finger a little bit, and that just instantly kind of lifts the eye, and it adds like a good reflector as well when if you have any flash photography. No? Okay, so that's really simple. What I want to do now is I'm going to put on loads of mascara, and my favourite one at the moment is the Clarins. This is their Mascara Super Volume, and I also do like the Volume Million Lashes Excess. So I tend to start with this one and I layer with this one. I've been doing my lash again just recently to help my lashes grow really, really long, and I've also I've done my own LVR lashes. I looked strange doing it. It's not something you want to do, and it's very difficult to do. Obviously you're meant to go to a professional. I am a professional, and doing it yourself is very tricky. but having an LVL really just like lifts the lashes up, and it makes every single one look really long, which is really lovely. It's really cool as well because LVL lashes last about 6 to 8 weeks. Okay, lots of mascara. How are we doing for time? I'm on 20 minutes. This is going to be an interesting one to edit. Okay, so mascara done. What I'm going to do now is just do a very, very quick lip. So I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay lip liner. This is my favourite one, and this is Nighthawk. Just lining the lips, and then I'm going to go in with my Collections lip gloss, and this one is, I think this is called Soft Velvet, which is really nice. Keeping it kind of really neutral and really fresh and really, really pretty. And then the last thing I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to spritz my face. And then sort my fringe out. And there we have it. There is my finished look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully I've edited it down because I've been doing my makeup for a good 22 minutes, not bad, but that I wanted to show you a really, really good base as well, so I could understand how I do my makeup whenever I am going out, or if I'm filming, or if I'm having my pictures taken. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will see you again next time. Bye.